Visual aids are one of the best tools at your disposal to help you through your communications class. They will not only bring you along through your speech and help you prove your points, but they'll also help keep the attention off of you. Hi, I'm Khalil Miata, and I will be teaching you how to use your visual aids. As previously stated, visual aids can help you prove your points in your speech. This is because they help provide clarity for what you are saying. They are a visual representation of the information you are giving your class. This means that it's easier for them to understand because they can see it. People say that seeing is believing, and I believe that too. For visual aids, there are 10 different types that you can use. Starting off with objects. Say I was doing a speech on gaming, and I wanted to bring into class to show them this, a PS3 controller. It's kind of small, can't really see it from the front of the class, can you? You have to make sure that your objects are large enough for the class to see. You don't want to have to pass around the objects because it can take away the audience's attention from what you are saying. However, if you are on a Zoom call, you can put it up close to the camera and still use this as an example. This is because they can see it and you don't have to pass it around since you're all sitting at your desks. Next up, we have models. Models are a great visual aid to use when you're talking about a subject that is way too big or way too small to bring into class. Say I was talking about cars. Obviously I can't bring a car into class, that'd be crazy. Instead I'd bring something like this. This is a Lego model of a McLaren Sienna, which is one of my favorite race cars, and as much as I would love to bring one into class, I can't. Next up on our list is charts. Charts are a great visual aid to use if you want to summarize your information. All you need is a title and a few bullet points, just like this one right here. This is one I will be using to summarize the information on the 3 different types of batteries used in electric vehicles. Similar to charts, infographics are also a great way to summarize your information. All you need is a little icon, diagram, or illustration to represent the image of what you are talking about. To go along with that, you can have a few words at the bottom just to explain it a bit further. This makes it really easy to understand. Next up is graphs. Graphs are a great visual aid to use when you want to represent numbers or statistics. There are 3 different types of graphs that you can use. The first one is a pie graph. A pie graph is great when you want to show a percentage. This is because each slice of the pie will represent a different percentage and you can see it in a whole as a circle. If you color code them, it'll make it a lot easier to understand. The next one is a bar graph. A bar graph helps you represent quantity. Because each bar will be proportional to one another, it's easy to see the difference between them. Last but not least is line graphs. Line graphs are great because it can show you the ups and down trends over time of whatever it is you're talking about. I, however, have a combination of a bar graph and a line graph. The bar graph section of this represents the amount of electric cars in each country over the years. The lines represent the quantity and trend of electric vehicles over time. Next up is a diagram or drawing. Now that we have the internet, we don't have to draw these anymore. Instead, we can search to find one that best suits our needs. Finding the one that best suits our needs is very important, however. They say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Another one that is really good to use instead of saying things is maps. Maps are a great way to show what you are talking about instead of just giving directions. Directions can be very confusing, so having a map gives a visual representation of what it is you're talking about. Another one that I have for you is photos. Photos is a great visual aid to use because it will show exactly what it is you're talking about. However, you have to make sure your image is large enough and clear enough to see from the front of the classroom. One that I have for you is this. I bet you wouldn't have believed it if I told you that electric cars were first created in the late 19th century. However, I have an image of one right here. This next visual aid that I have for you is going to be the rarest one. This visual aid is people. Generally, we don't use people as visual aids. They are only used for demonstrations. Last but not least, we have audio and video visual aid. These are great to highlight points in your speech. Say you wanted a clip from something that was really impactful for your subject. You could search it up on YouTube and use that to further your evidence for your speech. Throughout this speech, I hope you learned why visual aids are an important tool to use in your speeches and how to use all 10 different types of them. I wish you luck and have fun with it.